I almost forgot how to do all this.
Are we officially on yet? I'm a little scared.
Yeah, no, we're on. We're doing the damn thing. Wow, this feels weird, bro. This feels really fucking weird. How are you, my friend? Are you feeling weird right now, or?
Am I feeling? No. That man, I've embraced so much. Look, everything about the world we live in is strange. It's weird. It's challenging. So this right here, kind of cake. Aside from maybe a little cobwebs and rust, I feel like I'm right at home, and I've been waiting for this moment quite a bit. So I'm happy to be back. And to all of the loyal following, shout out to those of you that are here early, I will say. Karscar, Inner Circle, welcome. They're a great show. Check them out. Apple Dumpling, and to all the others that I've missed, welcome back to Stuck at Night. The rebirth.
It feels weird without you here. Like we have a nice little, television screen set up with your lovely mug on it, but it's
I'm right here.
You're right here. No, you're right here. Hey, fist bump. Fist bump, like, yeah, there it is. Boom. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a little lonely, sitting in here. It's a really cool looking place that I'm just with by myself. It's fun, I guess.
So low-key, I've been concerned about the distance and perhaps the isolation, because I don't think you have homes near you. Have you?
There's define near.
Well, I mean, what do you have acres? I mean, do you have neighbors? What's going on there?
Yeah, when you
Where's my
say
replacement, where's Bubba?
Is near. If when you say the word near, you mean the textbook dictionary definition of the word near, which is more than 10 miles away, then yes, we are very near. No, it's not what you think. It's a community. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a little bit of us, and we're all in a cult. No, not even that, man. It's a city. It's not as cool as South Florida. It's literally more hot than South Florida is. But it's.
Have you committed homicide yet because you've grown properly stir crazy, sir?
Dude, you knew South Florida Josh, right? You knew South Florida Josh?
Absolutely.
Did South Florida Josh do much?
I mean, you had your structure, your regiment, it kind of kept you as healthy and sane as near and damn possible, which is why I feel like you are on the cusp of insanity, which is why I'm asking you if you committed homicide.
It's almost like I was practicing, my whole time in South Florida just by not hanging out or just doing anything besides the show, practicing for this moment right here, which is still doing the same thing with all my friends and folks farther away now. So we'll see how Gainesville goes. I'm not overly excited, but I'm not overly bummed out.
It is going to be like a reboot of The Shining, and it's going to just be in a house in Florida with really hot weather, and then you slowly go stir crazy and get lost in a maze, maybe a hedge maze somewhere. And
did I tell you how hot it was yet?
I mean, you've made mention, and being that we're still both in the same state, I kind of get it.
It's worlds apart, bro. It's worlds apart. You guys in South Florida have a breeze. Like, there's actually like an island breeze kind of thing going on. Here, everyone's like, yeah, you're in the swamp, and there's no breeze because all the trees. It's called like Tree City apparently, and like it almost feels like being in like a more northern state because the roads. There's like hills. I'm in Florida, I thought, but no, there's hills and there's trees and there's like forests and there's like what doesn't look like a swamp, but apparently, boom, there you are. You're right there in the swamp. So,
and don't mind me doing what Eli does. But
yes,
hello,
please.
J613, and to Unique Prepping, this is Smouse.
Oh yeah, Zachary Smouse.
Oh shit, Zach. Yeah, hell
Smouse.
yeah, brother.
What's up?
I love what you're putting out there, Zach. All right, I see your posts also on the Facebooks where all the cool people go. Okay, and Josh, I know what kind of, I guess in a nutshell. Look, I'm in a nutshell. Nope, you're over there.
It's me. I'm in a nutshell. I'm trapped.
You're
in
working
a nutshell.
your ass off day in, day out. You're rebuilding the studio day in, day out. I went and I think the absence of the structure that I always bitched about. Because I had to go straight from work and go there and be like, oh, darn, something to do that forces me to do something I enjoy. I think I had a little breakdown, like a mini one. This is becoming reoccurring. Eli has a breakdown, but I went and found myself a support group.
You always have breakdowns.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You break down and then you break up and you break down again and then you break back up. Like we can always count on you if you're broken down. Like bring out your watches in just a little bit. He'll break up again, like clockwork, which is great. Then
Oh, hello, Shamrock, by the way. I don't mean to wear like any fucking, bipolar is the last diagnosis I was given when I was 19. I am 37 years old. I definitely have the signs. I go up, I go down.
That's old.
Yeah. Maybe I could use a fresh set of eyes and a new doctor. I have a lot of changes occurring in my life. A lot of things as a result, not solely because Stuck in the Middle, as we knew it, has changed and is now in the form that it is in. But in that absence, in that time, I have had more time to evaluate what is a healthier Eli. So now I do go to a support group, and I am actively, the whole medication thing. I have a new theory, and I don't want this to take up a lot of time, but I think there might be people that are watching now or rewatch it that might relate. And I just want to say, speaking with a guest that we've had who you all are very fond of, CanCon, he reminds me of Operation Mockingbird. And all I say without knowing the full context of it is I look at Big Pharma being able to advertise directly to U.S. citizens and how it makes us feel trapped, creates us being dependent on services, and how it also, with all the side effects, essentially can give people a lot of problems and help cull or stop people from wanting to reproduce or being able to. Not my case yet, thank goodness, but so it just has me thinking with a larger scope, because right now 131 million people, 66% of all adults in the United States use prescription drugs. So this is something I've thought a lot about, not only personally as an individual, but as U.S. citizens. There is a sickness within us, and I do believe that there are things that push us to feel sick.
You're a man of many words, but and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that I want to go back just a little, like just a few words back. Like you started going to meetings?
Yeah.
What compelled you to go to meetings?
It's just a group of people. Like, okay, man.
Don't tell me if it's anonymous. Don't be that guy.
No. I spoke. Well, one of them wants to talk podcasting, but I'm not gonna be too behind the curtains. But I walked in, and I really felt uncomfortable at first because I just sat down. There's a group of people. They're drawing. It's like I don't want to talk smack.
Do it. What do you mean you don't want to talk smack? Come on.
I don't, because they're all lovely people.
Here's the problem. You're not talking smack, right? You're just you're just being honest, right? You're not.
I'm being honest about my first observation of the very group I was in, which changed. So this is no longer true. But in the moment when I first found this place, I was like, I'm sorry if you guys watch this. Like, man, what is this? This is going to be highly offensive to these kind folk. I was like, damn, like this is I don't belong here. These are for real crazy people. Or like, is this a special ed class? Like, sorry. Ooh. And yeah, I know. I love all of you. And hi, Cola, and everybody else that's watching. Sure. Honesty is the best policy. If you guys are watching me from the undercover place,
it's almost like it's a positive that I left South Florida. Like here you are now. You're a new man. You're going to meetings now. Well, the show wasn't bringing you down, right? Like that 2-second commute to the studio wasn't wearing thin on you, was it?
It wasn't holding me back, but I let my mind make it. Like I framed it in a way to look at it like something that took up time. That it's not like I was doing much else aside from my full-time job, building my nest egg, and living my everyday fucking life. This is a blessing. This is the ultimate therapy and catharsis, and I'm grateful for it, far more grateful than I ever have been. So that is one huge positive that not having the studio time for a month has had.
So do you count this as studio time now?
Yeah.
we gotta hook that side up, bro. Like I said, we will do that. You got some plans. I'm gonna help expound on those plans that you have to come, and We're gonna just keep having a good old time like we're in the same room, but we're not, because you're still right. Look, check this. Hang on, look at this. Ready? There you are. You're still right there. You're still right there. And I can get even one crazier. I can go, and you're still right here too. I can do my emotional cam.
I'm like omnipresent. So, what's the first one on the agenda? To shake off the cobwebs or the rust or whatever?
Fuck if I know, bro. Like, I'm still shaking off all the it's so weird to adjust doing it like this. Like, it's still, I don't know. It just doesn't feel. I can't wait until it doesn't feel like this, is what I should say to explain it better. So it just feels a little more natural. Like, I like your monitor here and all, but break me out of this. Like, it was like you were about to get into something. What was it?
Well, I know the monitor with my visage on it doesn't have the same pleasant musk, which I believe you once commented on my public page in front of my family that it was like warm mayonnaise, and you was like, "Oh my God, I don't think he's kidding." I was like, "Wow, would you say that, Dad?"
Yeah, I was
like,
so
thanks for that moment.
What did I say? I said it looks like it smells like warm mayonnaise in your.
No, your comment. I don't know why we were talking about smells, but you did say on a picture that was meant for my family that I smell like warm mayonnaise.
Fuck.
And
why?
You know, there was the proper laugh reaction from friends, but my father was like, "Why did he say that?"
Yeah, how dare you say we smell like warm mayonnaise? He pronounces it like a mobster. How dare you come today, me and my daughter's wedding, and tell me I smell like warm mayonnaise?
I think he also like fucking moseyed on close to me and was like,
"Oh shit, he does."
I think he's onto something. My spawn. But what I was going to break right into, I suppose, is first off, I think our not feeling like we're shaking off, we're trying to get back into things. That is a metaphor for the fucking country, because it just feels like, first off, the whole country's shaking things off and trying to get accustomed to whatever normal is. I hate the term new normal. I don't accept it. Normal doesn't exist. But whatever that fucking word meant to us, it's no longer relevant.
YouTube was trying to shake off a guest of ours, but props to you real quick for the little panel show you did. You got CanCon to come on. That was awesome. And I love the dialogue, and it was refreshing to see new people from the CanCon bump. They're like, an actual conversation. I love it. And he brought up a great point, which you and I had, backdoor conversations about. Which was like, man, they haven't really, we had to go back. We once upon a time ago, this channel, probably a few months back, we got a strike. We got our first strike ever, which you're gone for a week. And then literally the day of our first show back, we get our second strike, which makes you gone for another 2 weeks. So we were gone for 3 weeks. Blah, blah, blah. But the short and sweet of that, to get back to this conversation, is those two things they flagged were both CanCon episodes. And the more strange part about it is they were both CanCon episodes, but the audio version of the episode, like the video, they were like, "This is fucking sweet. We love it." And they heard the audio. They're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Gone, goodbye." And it's like, but you like, yeah, dude, we love the video version. Sweet.
To me, it's. I hate using this term sometimes, but the powers that be, the arbiters of Google or whatever. I don't want to say the direct platform, but we're on it, so y'all fucking know what we're saying here. But it's them saying, literally, it's what you're saying. It's the information. We don't want you to say these things. You want to fucking go and flant around or frolic, on film camera, fine, but you're talking about things that we're not quite sure you can be, which is so funny, being that, as we know, because of, I believe, a Joe Rogan episode, restrictions of various kinds, the same ones that got us our 2 fucking strikes, have been lifted.
Yeah, well, yeah, those, and you lost your, like, that day you were supposed to go live on the panel channel. You had a different co-host, which I guess fell through again. And it's just more of a shout out to CanCon, because I know he was already strapped for time. I saw, some of your back and forths. And when I was reading, in the past, like before I saw the show, it almost looked like, the times aren't going to line up. So I was like, bummer. And then all of a sudden, there's the live show and it's with CanCon. Oh shit, he fucking made that's fucking awesome that he snuck that in. So it's almost like cool that your almost co-host had to bow out so CanCon could come on. And that is literally a shot at you. You know who you are. We need you to step up. Come on, be a little better than that. I heard now twice you've bailed out on my friend here, Eli. And come on. We had a great phone call conversation. That went fantastic. So I love to hear your side of things.
He is a great speaker, an orator. There was just some issues, and with CanCon being so pressed for time, he had to end a live just to join us. I couldn't really just be there for him. Sorry.
No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that he did that.
He's always welcome. He went on Steve Harloa. Shout out to Steve Harloa. He went over there instead, but that's what it is. So,
do you think he got like intimidated by CanCon? He's like, I can't come on now. Now you got CanCon on.
But Steve has plenty of views with the panel channel format, which has literally had me like speculating, should we revamp how we do our shows? But no, man, this is our fucking world right here.
I think the panel channel was great for what it was while we were off. And I do think that if people enjoyed it, then maybe we should figure out how to incorporate it once a week or something like that. So I don't want to take that away. But it got like the first one you did, it was like more views than our 3 shows prior. It doesn't, Richard. It doesn't really matter, but
definitely that's attributed to the CanCon bump. And I'm so grateful that Lori has joined us, Global Watchman News 2. Check their channel out as well. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and make Lori a mod.
Thank you for joining,
What I found
Lori.
so glorious is that her and I, once again, and I'll never tire of reminding the great people of this, her and I disagree. Are you pretending to speak right now? No, I'm watching the delay. I'm sorry.
No, like, I don't know if you noticed, but I've inadvertently figured out that I have, like, if you and I are having this conversation right here, all of a sudden, like, now I can kind of lean over to this cam and be like, I really don't know what he's talking about too much, but let's get back to the conversation. Hey, buddy, as you were saying, I got this little side cam going. I got to get rid of that because that's going to be a distraction.
Okay. It's really trippy. I need to stop watching the YouTube version that's delayed and watching us because it's very confusing. But what I wanted to point out is one of those panel channels, Lori, you are always, forever and a day, welcome to each and every one of you. The Inner Circle, Karscar, Shammer. I mean, you guys know, everybody that's here, we always celebrate the voice that matters far more than the 2 fucking handsome mugs on the screen right now. We are nothing without those of you that are willing to have your voices heard and the conviction behind that. So I'll be looking forward to whenever we go forward with another panel channel.
Did you announce the Public Voice of the People Facebook page? It's there now, so check it out.
I mentioned it, cool. But while I'm here, I can absolutely
you do that.
Put the link for all of you good people. If you have a Facebook, which I don't blame you if you don't, feel free to join the fray and continue to represent your voice.
That's rid of it.
Important thing we can do.
Facebook, not your voice. Keep your voice. Get rid of Facebook. We don't blame you if you don't have Facebook, but if you grew up with it, you're kind of like, I can't leave it.
Bro, we are the generation. We grew up from me, LiveJournal, to MySpace, to Facebook.
It's almost like we got dicked around too much that we're just like, we settled on the third thing. We're like, that's it. We're staying with Facebook. We tried the LiveJournal. We were digging the fuck out of MySpace. You threw Facebook at us. At first, I couldn't get on because it was just for college kids. Then I went to college and the site still stuck. But then, like 2 years later, it was like, boom, go on. And so now we're here. Now that's it. That's it.
And all the Zoomers tell me to go on Discord because this is apparently where the boomers are. I can't believe I'm being called a boomer.
Well, right now we're Zooming, so we're not booming.
There you go, Zoomers.
We're definitely not booming. You've seen some of our views lately, but
look. So if this were a fucking thick steak right here, and it's a topic, what's the first one we got, Josh? Is it Joe Rogan we want to talk about? Is it Biden? Because I know I want to get in. I want to dive in.
Yeah, I really don't know where to begin. So it almost feels like home to be like, you know, we first started this whole thing kind of shitting on mainstream media a little bit, you know, kind of, you know, calling them out. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, you know, maybe I forget what the other thing is. I'm gonna go with the first thing, you know, shitting on mainstream media. And here we are in 2022, where, and you could probably even go back to 2018 to say the same statement I'm going to say, but here we are in 2022. And Joe Rogan is a better journalist than all of mainstream media. Literally gets the scoops.
If I were to ask you, like, simple fucking question, why would you say that? Now, I think a lot of us here with
which part? Why would I say scoops as I did? No. Like I left it hanging because I was bad.
Why is Joe Rogan better than the mainstream? I mean, for me, I'll quote Shakespeare, let me count the ways, because there are infinite reasons. But if I ask you, like, why do you think one man with his platform and his guests is just so much better than the agenda pushing fucking mainstream narrative shills that the mainstream media is? And yeah, he does get, as you say, the scoops, because people are freely speaking without any pressure from anyone on what to say and what not to say.
Yeah, so you heard, you know, we've been off, so it almost feels like we need to kind of just go over it just real quick. It is the first one, the FBI thing, you know, Mark Zuckerberg, the whole Joe Rogan FBI conversation is almost old hat at this point, but when I was talking to you about it, if you've seen it, you said you've never even saw the video. You kind of heard, like, you know, people's opinions on it and some headline posts. So I thought it might be interesting to go ahead and watch that video and get your, you know, your real-time reaction to it as the first part of the whole Joe Rogan thing.
While you pull that up, let me share some of the, like, I'm embarrassed that these are my fellow American citizens. Of course, the mainstream media shares of the Joe Rogan article, all of these uninformed people that think they're intelligent because they listen to their confirmation bias media were all saying, I don't listen to Joe Rogan and everything that comes out of there is crap. This is a lie. Obviously, they didn't fucking watch that it was Zuckerberg himself that made the goddamn comment.
Yeah. So here is that Joe Rogan video, and I want you to check it out. And, you know, just say pause whenever, because he's going to say some shit that you're going to be like, fucking, whoa. So here we go. Good. Already 11.5 million views. I don't think it's even 2 weeks old.
Those are rookie numbers compared to us. Pshaw.
How do you guys handle things when they're a big news item that's controversial? Like, there was a lot of attention on Twitter during the election because of the Hunter Biden laptop story. The New York Post.
We had that too.
Yeah, so you guys censored that as well?
So we took a different path than Twitter. I mean, basically the background here is the FBI, I think, basically came to us, some folks on our team, and was like, hey, just so you know, like, you should be on high alert. There was we thought that there was a lot of Russian propaganda in the 2016 election. We have it on notice that basically there's about to be some kind of dump of that's similar to that. So just be vigilant. So our protocol is different from Twitter's. What Twitter did is they said you can't share this at all. We didn't do that. What we do is
wait. Something that I experienced firsthand, and a lot of, you know, the shows that covered this topic, I didn't hear hit, but when he says they didn't do that, like, I remember specifically not being allowed to share that link in Facebook Messenger. Like, they banned it. They wouldn't let me share that link. It wasn't just, you know, hey, we're going to put it down in the algorithm like he's saying, but I couldn't send it in, you know, here I'm like, oh, they couldn't let me share a link. Like, you're supposed to be like, oh my God. But it still was weird. Like, wow, Facebook, just some bullshit link I couldn't share with anybody. Well, let
So
me.
he has just effectively admitted that he did say the FBI came to him and said, just be prepared that whatever stuff comes your way is probably the result of misinformation a la Russia.
No pressure, though. No pressure.
No, yeah, just like I'm stealing your own words. Just like if your fucking boss was like, hey, just make sure when you do that job, just don't do it as well.
No, like we can't even use your boss because Facebook isn't ran by the FBI. We don't think so. But just for a conversation's sake, like if your boss came up to you, somebody who had influence over kind of what you should and shouldn't do, comes up to you and says, "Hey, that guy coming in, you shouldn't serve him. You shouldn't give him anything." And then like they just leave, like, or they say that, okay, no. They say, you know what? This guy looks sketchy. If I was you, I wouldn't serve him. They didn't say you shouldn't. They said what they would do if they were you, but it's your boss. So it's like, is he telling me I should or shouldn't, or?
It's planting the seed of making you already feel uncomfortable regarding what to do with that very customer. In this case, the customers being the American people and our freedom to have access to information, which, by the way, hat tip to the fact that it's public knowledge via FOIA requests that HRC, we all know the acronym, is the one that said, yeah, let's go ahead with the Russiagate story, and going even forward with the suppression of the Hunter Biden laptop as fake fucking news.
HRC stands for Huge Russian Conspiracy. Is that what that means?
Right. I'm so glad. See, this is why I work with you. You're a sharp cat.
Meow.
Facebook. But it's another great insult. It's condescending, it's insulting, and it's so transparently fucking nefarious that they do this. The Federal Bureau of Investigations goes out of their way and says, here is a large platform that we know Americans use. Let's make sure we nip this in the bud just a little bit. They're not going to outright censor it, even though they pretty much did. As you said, we couldn't share the links. Yeah, let's just go ahead and make them paranoid about any time it's brought up. So fuck them.
To me, that was let's see if you're interested in anything else in the clip, but like that was the one where I was like, whoa, hold up, how come nobody said anything about that? I totally remember this.
Is we have if something is reported to us as potentially misinformation, important misinformation, we also have this third-party fact-checking program because we don't want to be deciding what's true and false. And for I think it was 5 or 7 days when it was basically being determined whether it was false, the distribution on Facebook was decreased, but people were still allowed to share it. So you could still share it, you could still consume it.
So when you say the distribution is decreased,
it got shared.
How does that work?
It basically, the ranking in newsfeed was a little bit less. So,
which is bullshit. So I want to bore you with more than that, but
I mean, to me, having the freedom now,
that's journalism.
Well, yeah, right, exactly. What just happened there is something we just cannot expect, do not expect from our mainstream media outlets, which I never was the one to use the term sheeple. It was cringe to me, right? I don't do that, but that's what people that still take in the mainstream media as being viable, especially in lieu of everything that has happened with COVID, the restrictions that are being lifted, everything that we were told was like 100%. I am science. This is science. You cannot go against it. You can't tell me you still trust the same outlet as being something that is trustworthy, unless you're just fully a fucking sheep and have no independent thought of yourself. And yes, that's a shot at you if you still fucking watch it and think it's somehow, I don't know, has some intellectual high ground. It's embarrassing.
Do with it what you will. The whole internet's going abuzz, whatever you want to say about this poll. And take for granted what a poll is. It's a small percentage of people. You could almost make a poll for you can almost sway. You can almost set up a poll in such a way and poll the right type of people to get the results you need. So also take that for what it's worth. But this poll For what it's worth, 79% of Americans suggest President Donald Trump likely would have won re-election if voters had known the truth about the Hunter Biden laptop. 79% of people in this poll.
Let's just look at the half-life of this poll and many polls like it from the start, which was, I believe, when it first started, we already had people saying, it just keeps on getting greater and greater. The number increases. So if we want to look at polls and statistics and numbers, that number of Americans that says they would have voted differently increases every single time when they just simply say, yeah, if we knew the fucking truth and weren't told it was some fucking Russiagate scandal, we would have voted differently.
The other 11% still believed it was created by Russia. So as we know, Washington Post and the New York Times recently confirmed that the laptop stuff was true. A few more numbers for you. Alongside the same topic, 3/4 believe, 74% believe the FBI and the U.S. intelligence community deliberately misled the public and voters when they claimed the laptop was disinformation and part of a Kremlin plot to hurt Biden. So 74% of people believed it was disinformation used to mislead the public and voters. That's pretty wild.
Pretty significant. Just tell me, like, this is my reaction when anybody sits here with a straight face and says the FBI and the government colluded about anything. I'd be like, no.
Yeah. As far as the government, October 19th, 2020, more than 50 former U.S. intelligence officials, including CIA Director John Brennan, signed a public letter claiming the material published by the New York Post from the hard drive has all the classic earmarks of a Russian operation. So even our government officials were kind of coinciding with what the FBI was saying at the time.
Got it. Does it give you the same sense of, like, rot, filth, and sickness when you think about this, like, all of it? I think about how much vitriol I have for Hunter Biden. If we knew what a little fucking rapscallion that son of a bitch was and still is, all the favors he's been culling, and I don't even say this loosely, like, I hope we're starting to see a serious investigation into this guy, a fucking Democrat for once. And remember, everyone, I'm the fucking progressive, right? I don't vote via party lines anymore. I want to see anybody in power be held accountable. And this is the perfect opportunity for just that. All the information that we have available to us.
Two more stats from that poll. 47% said that knowing before the election that the laptop contents were real and not disinformation would have changed their voting decision, including 2/3, 71% of Democrats.
Sorry, I got starstruck. I saw we got Ken Khan in the audience.
What up, Ken Khan? Ho. MVP, bro, all day.
I've been very, very proudly watching his climb in the journalistic field, and we're just please watch any of the articles to the audience that are coming out from his way via Gateway Pundit. So he's got some very mind-blowing stuff, all fucking verified. But aside from that,
suits him well for that job. Suits him well for like for writing. The dude is full of information. So
receipts, facts, citations. Perfect. You should see. I don't know that, like, there's some things I can't really truly comment publicly about yet, but suffice it to say, especially to very specific friends that are blue no matter who shills that continue to shit on me because I don't vote blue no matter who, so therefore I am a righty. First off, fuck you, and secondly, I have seen with my own eyes a journalist go to somebody that is a law professor that has spoken a big game and return with a big nothing burger, and that's all I'll say.
One more fact, and we'll move on to the second reason why Rogan is a kick-ass journalist. But you and I will love this one. 51% of that poll gave the media failing grades, D or F, for their coverage on the laptop. Surprise, right? Oh my God, who knew the media sucks at reporting? Fucking A.
I still have this I wonder if this conspiracy theory I've grown in my own little rotted brain has any relation. Like if anybody else thinks along these lines.
What's your conspiracy theory?
I've run this by you before, and I'd love your response because I don't remember it because our brains don't work anymore. Because
Please.
I'm on medications that drive me crazy. Operation Mockingbird.
Same.
In my opinion, I think something along the lines of after Watergate, the government and our journalists, the American journalists, at some point they were like, this wasn't really mutually beneficial. Let's say you stop exposing us, the government, and we'll give you like more exclusive access and put you in the direction we want. And and thus begun the death of honest American journalism. I mean, I just looking back at history, not that it's the first scandal of the White House, but I think it was a very significant one. My theory is from that moment on, we started to slowly see the descent of our media.
You watched the Ross Perot video, and some of the things you said in that video were like, all the media did was bash this guy for using charts and stuff like that. Like, I'd love to get into that video, maybe not right this second, but you were texting something fierce in the chat, like, oh my God, I think I like this guy more than Bernie Sanders. It's like you kind of forgot about him, but
I didn't think.
Shout out to Brock, by the way. He sent me that video. I would have not seen that video.
For sure.
Yeah.
See, what's funny, like, all right, are we not going to get into it? Or are we going to get into it? What do you got?
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, we could get into the other half of the Joe Rogan journalist thing. I like the Aaron Rodgers thing. We could watch some of the Ross Perot video. Like, I really don't care right now. We're trying to, like, there's rust. We're trying to shake the rust off, you know?
Well, I mean, I feel very comfortable. What definitely helps is that I didn't stay in and isolate or whatever. Like I had a hard day's work and I had to be on my A game. So
you're on a break up right now. You're breaking up.
Comfortable.
You're not breaking down. You're breaking up.
I'm breaking up. Yes, very much so.
That's good.
That's a callback to earlier in the show for those of you that are with us live and not rewatchers for the future. But I'm thinking too far ahead. Oh my God, am I gonna fucking Biden right now?
Why don't we just watch the Aaron Rodgers thing? We don't got to get into the whole nitty gritty of it, but I'd like for you to see that. And if you want to do the Ross Perot thing after that, we totally can. We got some time, so.
Dude, I have, yes. All right, let's do.
Well, now I got to pull it up. Now you just, hang on 1 second.
Well, in the meantime, I will just share this.
Oh, no, I got it up. Sorry.
Oh.
I didn't mean to do that. I was totally trying to pull up the Ross Perot thing, and then I was like, oh, yeah, we're doing the Aaron Rodgers thing.
Like, that conversation would be a positive if that was like in the bedroom with your lady or something. Like, oh, I got it up. Sorry. And she'd be like, don't be sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking like
be glad.
You're welcome.
All right. So yeah, cool. I'll write that one down. Oh.
All right, if you got the video,
yes.
do your thing.
They didn't give a fuck. You want to play football? Take this fucking thing. And I want you to do it publicly so that I can get more money out of those other people that are thinking about it and they're on the fence.
Yeah, and then we're going to virtue signal to say, look how righteous our league is. We have 95% compliance with the vaccine.
Compliance.
And if you don't, we're going to send a stooge to your team to show you graphs of your vaccination percentage of your team compared to the rest of the league, which actually happened.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the stooge like?
Oh, I mopped the floor with him.
Did you?
Yeah. See, again, that's why people
So do you understand what he just said there?
If I did understand correctly, what the NFL was like flexing their stats at one another.
Oh no, okay. So it was maybe I don't understand what happened there.
I understood everything else.
I'm pretty sure somebody sent, in his words, a Fauci stooge to come out and kind of like pump up this thing for COVID. Like, hey, everybody's doing it. You should probably do it. If you don't do it, look at the other teams who did it, and you're not doing it. And you should probably do it.
Not only if you do it, you're a better person.
Yeah, and probably with not my attitude, probably more like, listen, if you don't do it, there's a lot of things are gonna happen if you don't do it. So
at that time, all of the negative stigma that the mainstream powers that be attributed to anybody that just simply asked questions about that very specific vaccine. And I have to just time and time again remind people, being anti this specific vaccine, not even anti, skeptical of this vaccine doesn't make you an anti-fucking vaxxer. Get it right.
Edge of your team compared to the rest of the league, which actually happened.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the stooge like?
Oh, I mopped the floor with them.
Did you?
Yeah. See, again, that's why people are like, no one knew your vaccination status. You lied to your teammates. No. Day 3 of training camp, they sent this stooge in, and he showed these slides about what your vaccination percentage was in your team, where you compare to the rest of the league. And I started asking him questions about liability.
Don't do that.
Oh, I'm not a lawyer. Okay, cool. But you're in here talking about all these different things, and you don't talk about anybody's personal health issues. There's 0 exemptions. You took out religious exemptions. You took out PEG exemptions. You took out anybody's ability to have an opinion. No, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only going to affect your day-to-day status on the team, but your ability to get a job, your ability to keep a job, your ability to get a tryout if you get cut from this team. Because you want to put a percentage above 90% of your team where you guys can have some sort of like special virtue. Like, look how amazing we are. We're above the 90% threshold here.
Here's the real kicker, though, too. Like, this is where it gets hilarious. So just enjoy this part. Have a good laugh at this part.
And
then they scared teams that said if you had an outbreak caused by a non-vaccinated player, you not only forfeit that game if you had enough players out, but you wouldn't get paid for that week.
Hit
Ready?
you where it hurts the most.
And here I am showing up to training camp, Joe, the first day, and we got 5 people who work for the organization out with COVID, all fully vaxxed. And I got COVID from a fully vaxxed individual who only got vaxxed to keep his potential of being a part of the NFL.
Whoa. You're like,
Everything I'm seeing in metaphors today, like that is just like it's pretty large in scope, but I look at it even like on the level of working class families and businesses, people that wanted to fight for their constitutional right to believe in what they believed in and then continue to get stigmatized, ostracized, publicly lambasted, made to be a pariah. Like if you dared to be a family business, family owned and operated, something that we're going to lose entirely one day, you were not visited. You would be on the media being, don't go there. It's a bastion of disease. Just disgusting and gross, man. Disgusting. Yeah.
And as we talked about before too, like they're gonna slow roll it. And we're not breaking new ground here with that idea, but it's gonna be slow rolled. And over time, if you weren't paying attention to it, you're just going to think, oh, well, they always believe this way, not knowing that in the beginning, no, it wasn't like this. It was different. All the documentaries, 100 years from now, they're going to have all these glowing reviews of all these companies like, we weren't for it. We were forced to do it. When like they were like, motherfucker, you were the ones up front demanding everyone else do it. But they can kind of manipulate history.
The
future.
Media has mastered throughout their time to continue to misinform or manipulate the public the art of the slow drip. Like I learned that never more than when I joined Stuck in the Middle. The way that they strategically slow drip information, they do it in a way where I think, honest to goodness, the people that rely on the mainstream are like, oh yeah, it was always like that. But a lot of us that are not stupid and feel insulted by every time they do this kind of a slap to us, we're like, we see what you're fucking doing. That's why I don't turn on that fucking TV for anything but a movie or a fucking video game, because the media is poison and not allowed in this house.
I just thought of this on the spot. One of our first YouTube strikes ever was a warning. Well, I guess not a strike, but a warning. It was that little phone episode I did when I was in New York that I recorded on my phone that I uploaded to Libsyn.
Yeah.
Again, that strike came from the audio version. There was never a video version. So it is kind of perplexing how the audio only files have gotten zapped time and time again. That's so very weird. I wonder if
potatoes are. That's where what everything they didn't want being out at the time was.
I wonder in August 2022, the year of our Lord, if some of those violations would still hold true to now, because in keeping with this theme real quick, YouTube has quietly changed COVID misinformation policy on masks and vaccines. And you almost wonder why this wouldn't be a little more like, why do I got to go to somebody's Substack to kind of see like an opinion or a take on this, rather? Like, why do why isn't the media be like, oh, isn't this weird how YouTube just changed their guidelines? Like, why aren't they outraged? Or is it because well, we're going to be making the same changes quite soon, and if we blow up their spot, we're going to blow up our spot?
You called it, and they're all in it together. Google, which is YouTube, and the media, they're all going by the same fucking playbook here. And instead of, this is a very intelligent, transparent but intelligent play on their part. This is them not having to say, we were fucking wrong. We were wrong the whole fucking time. This is them slow dripping everything being able to be spoken about again. And somehow, some way, in a twisted way, they expect us to be grateful that the freedoms we always had are being returned to us.
Yeah, just like we're supposed to be like, wow, gas is going down.
Yeah,
whoa.
fantastic. Yeah,
whoa, you're saving money now. Remember when it was $4? Now it's $3.45. Whoa, thanks, Biden.
Everything that took us here, and let's celebrate everything. Yeah, the things that were not our fuck ups, we're now going to celebrate because we're told to, or something.
So, real quick, here are some of the removed restrictions, Eli. Removed restrictions. Claims that wearing a mask is dangerous or causes a negative physical health effect. So they removed that ban. So now you may claim that indeed a mask, and I'm not doing it, but you know what I mean. You can now claim that it does do that.
I mean, we knew this. We talked about it so loosely off the air because we knew what would happen on the air. Dude, this dirty piece of cloth that I wear every day is fucking gross. Boom.
Well, okay. Yes and no. Meaning, like, at some point we know when they are effective, and at some point we know when they aren't effective. Like, they're not really made. They're made like for like doctors and surgeons, so you don't like get something in, you know, someone's wound while you're operating on. Like, we know they work. I don't even want to get into this. Like, seriously, I'm not even going to try to pretend like this is when a mask does and doesn't work. The fact that you weren't even allowed to talk about it or like kind of pontificate on it, they were like, nope, you can't, nope, don't say it, was stupid. But now you're like, go for it. You're back at it.
When they silence anything specific, you know that there is a lot of, you know that they're literally trying in front of you to hide the truth. That, I don't know, there is no other way to dress it up. They don't want you to talk the truth, period.
Another claim is that was removed. Masks do not play a role in preventing the contraction or transmission of COVID. They took that claim away. You know what? You can say it. It's all you, buddy.
I wonder if they'll ever release that one strike I got on my small progressive Patriot channel where all I did was read the op-ed by the National Institute of Health .government website, which is called The Truth About COVID. And I got a strike for medical disinformation. And pretty much the explanation was, you're not a doctor. You can't read that out loud. I wonder if that would be, nixed at this point.
YouTube is like the Catholic Church, like back in the day. Like, you can't, only we can read the Bible. But whoa. We read the Bible. You guys just listen to what we read. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because then we can't, change things a little bit. You're going to mess it up for us. Don't do that.
For our fellow historians, that would be referring to the Illumination period, where it was only allowed to be taught to the aristocracy and the monks. Illumination.
Ooh,
and that's how they would.
Sorry, Mr. Scholar.
That's how they would get the people, mostly working class or the poor, to have to pay for the privilege to have their souls saved. Don't get me started.
One of the most interesting claims that the ban was lifted on was, and I quote, this is from, swear to God, if YouTube gets mad at this, I'm like, what? I'm quoting what you said. So, quote, claims that COVID-19 vaccines are not effective in preventing the spread of COVID-19. You go ahead and say it now. You know what? Tell you what. Go ahead.
Can I push the boundary just a smidge?
I mean, that's what we do. I mean, you go for it.
Just a smidge.
If we just go black, that's your fault.
No definitive. Okay, understood. And I wear it like a badge.
Okay.
All right. I'm not saying anything definitive. All I'm saying is I'm very much looking forward to, and it's going to be a very slow process. Probably not going to happen for a couple of years unless somebody really gets their balls on the right way and advocates for it.
Right.
But we're going to start to see the more negative aspects of the poke being studied freely and openly. Oh, damn it. We're gone. It's over. Say everything I ever wanted to.
Okay, we're back. Joking.
Oh, snap diggity.
Yeah,
okay.
I saw you saying a few things. Nobody heard what you were saying. You were like, "Oh, we're gone," and then that's it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Because the things I said about your family.
We're here. Oh yeah, I didn't even hear that either. So I'm glad
Okay.
my ears were muted for that because
Strategic.
I like my family. Yeah, okay. They added the claim now that you may not say. I don't know if I can say it. Can I say what they? Is this like? Am I being set up right now?
Dude, I'm appreciating Lori's kind of quote there. She's like, "We still talking code on global Watchmen news." She doesn't trust the new terms of service.
Smart.
Totally makes sense.
Smart.
But no, we're gonna play the dummies and we're gonna test it out.
Well,
Let's see, YouTube, are you about your word?
This is the new claim. Claims that the wait, what the fuck? I just lost it. Okay. No, wait.
They just mind zapped Josh, guys.
They did.
Saw it live.
My brain just went like black.
They sent what I call the Biden microwave directly into your skull, and that is hence the Biden moment.
Oh yeah, this is what you can't say. You can't say still. I thought this was always, but they said it's new. You can't say that CV-19 is equal to or less transmissible than the common fill in the blank.
Flu.
No, in your head. Fill in the blank in your head. Don't do now. It's a full sentence. It still reads as a full sentence. If I stop talking and you finish it. Yeah. Same thing happens. Well,
whoops.
I'll see you on a new channel.
It was great, while it lasted.
It was fun, man. I'm glad we built what we did. This is good.
Yeah,
tear it down. Tear it down.
We're just we're informing the people, YouTube. We're trying to enlighten the audience as to your wonderful new, even though it's kind of old being advertised as new, terms of service.
Yeah, it feels old, doesn't it?
The freedom we've always had.
Yeah.
And we're just being taught that now we should be grateful for having them taken away and then slowly given back to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I meant that.
All right. Well,
sincerely.
I saw you kind of getting in some type of way, and I almost feel like this could be a good quick segue. Did you see what
when I snapped?
Maybe I shouldn't go into this because it's going to sound bad. Okay, hang on. Let me approach it from this way. See, now that there's a wider shot on myself, like I don't have my fat jacket to wear. So, but I did see something at the VMAs recently that I'm like, oh shit, I could just wear that and nobody would know, I'm morbidly obese. Do you know what I mean?
You know in your heart of hearts that you are. And for those of you that are perhaps new or lurking, we are the irreverent take on politics, but we're also the irreverent take on all things.
I'm getting this. I'm getting this for the show. So if I'm having a fat day, I just throw this on and like nobody's like, oh, he looks none the wiser.
There's no whale being contained within the fabrics or parachute.
Dude, everyone's been saying parachute, which is like, like some poor guy, like he went to pull his ripcord and out goes some broccoli or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right,
she got the
you,
parachute.
I can see there's a man stuck inside of her vagine, and he pulled the ripcord because he desperately wants to free himself, but instead just the parachute or her flaps came out, and she just dyed them to look like fabrics. So it's yeah, very clever.
I would. One of the best lines I heard on this was on Gutfeld's show, and he's like, the last time this dress was worn was on Wrigley Field during a rain delay.
Yeah, she.
Oh, that's fucking killer.
She rolled herself up in it like a little sushi roll or something.
Look at that. Like when it gets wind, though, it doesn't look like anything. Like, wow, that's so. I don't know. Dresses have always been weird to me, so you can't ask me like, hey, is this dress in? Is it in style? I don't know shit about that. But what I do know is, as what everyone else is saying, I know what a parachute looks like when I see one, guy, and this is a parachute.
You don't see the silhouette of the man that's trying to escape.
No, I see the silhouette of the guy who doesn't have a parachute falling in the background behind her, just smacking the ground because he was short a sheet for a shoot.
I really think there's a half of a man's torso and his head just hanging out of her vagine, and like the parachute is just like a part of both of them. But no, it truly. What is she trying to say with that? Is she trying to make herself look bigger? Like, yeah, like I'm even bigger and beautifuler.
No, it's just like I don't even think it has anything to do with size. I mean, besides how big the dress is, that But other than that, I think the style of the dress is just like one of those weird things. Like you've seen some weird ass dresses.
What
Remember in Derek
style?
Zoolander, like they all dress like they're homeless. They all.
Yeah.
It's not surprising. What's surprising is just the size of the dress. That's all.
And the human being that has it on.
No, that's not surprising. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, I mean sense if you are looking forward to diabetes, but yes.
Actually, that makes insulin then, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, as opposed to sense. Yes, indeed.
Insulin. Yeah. We tried. We tried there.
Okay.
We need a little whipped cream to get us high off this one. Gotta get past this one. Lizzo needs some whipped cream, but unfortunately, you need to be 21 or older now to buy whipped cream in New York. So sucks to be her, huh?
What is happening to the place that I, for my lifetime, have referred to it as my heart? It is now a blue
wait.
that is gonna rot.
Wait. You've referred to New York as your heart?
Yeah, I always say my heart is in New York, and I'm from New York, and it is not what I recognize or remember it to be.
I've never heard you say
that I'm a New Yorker.
Your heart is no. I've heard you say you're from New York. I've never heard you say your heart is New York. That's getting.
It makes sense. It makes sense because I only tell that to my friends, Josh.
Oh. Okay. Well, fuck me then. Gotcha. No problem, acquaintance. Let's go on with the story.
Very good.
Go ahead. You read it.
Oh, well, it's now illegal for people in my heart that are 21.
You're not my friend. I don't care what you say.
Let me read it right. And we're best friends, Josh. It's now illegal for anyone.
I'm so interested now. Go ahead.
To buy it says carried? No, canned.
Canned.
Sorry, there's a mouse thing. You can't buy carried whipped cream, canned whipped cream in New York. Officials say
you gotta have a permit for that whipped cream to carry it, son.
It's to stop teens from inhaling. Nothing's gonna stop teens from doing anything. They're teenagers.
I guess just the title is exciting because it sounds so silly. It's like, but how you gonna? I want to make some like old dad joke. Oh, you're gonna ban apples next? You could smoke out of apples.
I mean, that is the very common sense next step. And
I got
Rising
nothing.
Phoenix, a fellow New Yorker, all right, we are misplaced or displaced. We're looking back from our comfortable red state. Never thought I'd say that as a fucking progressive, but I am looking forward to the red wave. I said that on my last live as well. Yeah, I want no parts of the laws, the draconian laws, and all the things that are being celebrated over there. Everything's ass backwards, bass backwards.
You kind of need or want a red wave, even if you're like a moderate Democrat, just to kind of push everything back on track. Just as maybe they thought Biden was the extreme to Trump. Like we kind of want to, at the very least, if we're gonna go this way and that way every time, let's at least, if we go this way 20% and that way 20%, we're kind of back where we started. So we're not, moving too much. At least we can kind of stay in the proverbial middle of where we have been. So, it's a good push pull, but hopefully that push pull continues to happen. At the very least, as you said, we get like that red wave. So weird to say, but
well, as the tug of war
kind of
as it is presently, I do not like where we are, and I'd like any sort of just refreshing reality check that we are moving away from where we are now, which is why I'm going to be very proud to vote for DeSantis. Things I never thought I'd say for 200, Alex.
It's almost, when you read this story from New York, are you surprised? New York. When you read this story from New York, it's now illegal for anyone under 21 to buy canned whipped cream from New York. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay. So for me, I'm not surprised. Like when I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, New York doing something else crazy. Like, going around what the Supreme Court just told what states can do with guns and permits and stuff like that. They're like, oh, we're gonna, work around that somehow with some verbiage and say, oh, places of, schools, parks, they listed all these areas where you can't have a gun. For whatever reason, it can circumnavigate the Supreme Court ruling. I don't know, but there they are banning guns. So now they're banning whipped cream. So I'm like, yeah.
What you were referring to was a spiteful ploy by the leadership over there to not only circumnavigate it, but to absolutely say fuck you, to the rulings, to the rulings that we're supposed to respect because it's a constitutional process. But these states like New York was never supposed to be one of those states, man. Like California is. Like, I don't know why I'm gonna say San Diego, but like whatever. It's not supposed to be a state that I look back as being a radical fucking blue state, but that's what the fuck it is.
You telling me I can go die for my goddamn country, but I can't go to the goddamn supermarket when I'm fucking 18 years of age and stuff my face full of whipped cream? How dare you? How fucking dare you?
You damn right. Now you
understand
it.
I'm there.
You understand.
I'm with you. Yeah, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. I'm going a little Chicago there now, Bob. So let's keep this ball rolling there.
All right. How dare you go Chicago in a New York conversation? We beefing, but you got a funny vidya or something? Like, what's going on?
Well, how about like just a funny story? Like, how about that? Because you were. Go ahead.
No, I was saying ow, ow.
It cut you off. Did you say ow, ow in silence?
Yeah, kind of. Yes.
Oh, because I didn't hear you.
Oh shit! Drew just saw me say, "I'm looking forward to the red wave. I'm never gonna." Yes, Drew, my brother in arms. It's true.
Yo, Drew's losing it, dude. Drew's losing it. Yeah, he's just posting mad in the private one. I'm like, dude, posting the public one. He's posting all these crazy things. It's just like, I've seen sane Drew, and now I'm seeing this Drew guy lose it a little bit, and I'm starting to question, like, who is Drew really? Like, is he
building a new? Is
profile. This Andy Randy or is this Drew Phillips?
This is Drew Phil.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out who Andy Randy is. That's all.
Oh, I haven't. Oh no, I don't think that they're not the same person. I promise. I know Andy through Marcus. Man, I don't know. Now you're gonna have me questioning everything.
No, you're supposed to. That was
Drew, because
it was a bad
I love
joke,
you so much, man. Truly, like I hope you do not misread or misinterpret. Like, for one, I need to get over what other people think or perceive about me. I am who I am. I am who I am. And
all right, Popeye.
I know who the fuck I am. When it comes to the red wave, I do think it would serve as a counterbalance to things that I feel like have gone a little too crazy. Now, I know we're on the things on the red side of the scale that I am not advocating for. I don't like bringing this up because I know it pisses off a lot of our demographic, but I'm not a big fan, despite all the conversations we've had regarding the Roe v. Wade overture. I know that's going to get me nailed to the cross. But aside from that, I take most issue because I call out my own side the most, and they're no longer my side. I am sideless. I am quite in the middle and I am now going to be an independent, which is going to be punishing in the state of Florida because I won't be able to vote in the primaries. But I accept this for now. Things just have to get more sane. And I'm not claiming that sanity lies on the left or the right. I think on the contrary, insanity is played by both. But yeah, right now I am looking forward to this push and to see what comes of it.
We did say we were going to play that Ross Perot video, and like speaking about kind of both sides, it might be interesting to play that. If not, I'm kind of throwing this out there for you, Eli, and you know anybody else who wants to chime in to think what we should do. Please go ahead and put it in the comments. I know for a fact we have some funny videos to play. We got like 2 or 3 funny videos. There is a story you had that happened at your dildo store that you're like, I think I have a disease now. And I had a story to follow that disease up, but we could save it for tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Wait, Wednesday?
Well,
what?
Thursday, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, our schedule's back, huh? How dare you do Wednesdays?
Well, that's the latest night of my work week. Well, and yeah, my joke, which is very insensitive, especially
We don't have to do it because remember, there's a whole story. There's a whole.
Yeah. All right, so I will withhold being super offensive to my new friends at the secret group for Thursday.
Yeah, let's say that for Thursday. How about that?
Okay.
Because then there's a funny story to follow for Thursday.
So play me a funny video.
You want to see funny videos? That's it. We're done.
I don't know.
No, I think you're right. Okay. Cop videos. 2 cop videos for you, for us, for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah, I hope for everybody, not just us.
You know, we've had our fair share of, having Brock on, who's, in the process of becoming a cop. We've had our turn, so to speak, of, just going from bias towards the police, kind of understanding at the very least, or having a little bit more, I don't want to say empathy, but I guess that's the word for that job and kind of having that there. Side note, real quick. God damn, I'm so tired of First Amendment auditor videos. Holy shit. Cop videos. Sorry. We've played our fair share of cop videos. I'd like to continue that tradition and play at least 2 more cop videos for us tonight. What do you think?
Okay. I'm interested to see, what we're going to see in general. Is it going to be blue no matter who beatings of citizens and we're somehow going to applaud it, or what? Show me.
Let's just say it's not your normal cop video. How about that?
All right, sure. Yeah, okay.
They're funny ones. Okay, hold up. So at least I can preface you just a little bit on this one.
Did you like? Please come through. Smash the thumbs up if you haven't. Please subscribe, share. Sharing is caring. It's the only currency we rely on here at Stuck at Night. It means the world when I go through my feed and I see somebody share our show. We appreciate it.
So, a city sergeant pulled over somebody in the country, and the Georgia sheriff comes out to address the sergeant. So, it's the city sergeant's traffic stop. And then the Georgia sheriff, like I'm assuming the guy in the vehicle, he's obviously a cop, but he calls his people, which is the Georgia sheriff. So you have a city sergeant, say that 3 times fast. City sergeant, city sergeant, city sergeant.
No, it'll say,
yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. You have a city sergeant who almost like, just watch, enjoy. So we're already after the traffic stop. He's writing the cop a ticket, and this is when the Georgia sheriff comes out, and he wants to just have a few choice words.
The city or out here? Just right here. Okay. Go pull the video out.
Hang on, I'm gonna run it real quick. He says, I believe he says, did he pull you over in the city or out here? Which is Georgia country out here. He ain't in no city bullshit. That's how the Georgia country sheriff thinks, I think.
Okay.
Inside the city or out here? Just right here. Okay. Go pull the video at Valero. You get on my traffic stop again, I will arrest you. Yeah, I'll arrest you right now. Do it, buddy. And we're going to do it. Charges against your ignorance. Do it, Ode. Go for it. Do it. ain't talk to you. You a boy. Thank you.
The confusion going on here. I'm like, I don't know who to root for. Like, I'm like, who's in the right, who's in the wrong? This is just great. I want to see like more fisticuffs happen. Fisticuffs.
Is it like blue? No, what am I saying? Is it like
it's who no matter who.
No. Is it the thin blue line? Unless you're over the line in the other jurisdiction, and then we have to fucking put them up or something.
Second question to your statement: if there's two thin blue lines next to each other, is it a thick blue line? All honest questions.
It looks like a definitive separation of two thin lines.
Yeah, there's like, so whose thin line whose side are you on?
I have yet to make the determination.
I don't know if there is a resolve to this, so don't expect like this is going to go anywhere. I think this is more just funny seeing two higher up officials like, I'm gonna arrest you. No, I'm gonna arrest you, man. No, I'm gonna arrest you, man.
Thank you, sir. Everybody, thank you. Thank you.
He's so worked up. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, how rowdy is that?
I guess that was it. That was the whole interaction. Hilarious, though.
You got every individual there that's pissed off, that's used to being the authority figure. So, of course, that's the perfect fucking storm where everybody's going to be, I'll arrest you, and
I'm going to arrest you. No, I'm going to arrest you.
Didn't I fuck your cousin? Yeah.
Yeah. And so did I. What's the big deal?
Yeah. It sounds like exactly how it played out, verbatim.
So here's one more awesome cop thing. This is, again, not the normal cop videos we play, but
can you do full screen? I'm just looking at the.
Yeah, I gotta just cue it up.
Yeah.
It's not. Damn it. Okay, here we go. So check this out. So, of all the cop videos I've seen, this has to be up there with one of the best. Like, I'm gonna try to recover from something I just fucked up with. Like, you just got. So one of the classic ways to get out of a cop pulling you over, especially when you're drinking, is like, or they find drugs on you. They pull you over and they go in your pants and they find something and they're like, "What's this?" And you're like, "These aren't my pants." You know, like that's exactly. Yeah. Fantastic. Doesn't work, but why not give it a shot, right? Like,
or
if
they take it out of your bum and you're like, "That's not my bum."
That's not my bum.
Huh?
Literally, one of the new cop episodes on like Fox Newsmax was like the cop pulls a guy over, like he runs into the house and he runs back out and he's like, "No, I just put these pants on. I got them out from the dryer. That's not my meth." Like, what?
It's a very, very intelligent. You know, it reminds me of a strategy of a colonel back in WW2 for sure. Yeah. Now, being the ambassador of our viewers, can this get full screened any more than it is?
Yes. I will eliminate us and go more full screen.
Fantastic.
How about that?
Hey, Indy, welcome to us and back.
So this is her recovering, quote unquote, from she's doing a DUI walk right now. Watch what happens. Hilarity ensues. Oh, wait. No. I was just river dancing. What's up?
Are you kidding me? She
No.
commits to the whole thing.
That's it. She was like, "You know what? I see your DUI straight line and I raise you a river dance."
Please tell me on like
and it's a female cop too. It doesn't.
The same effect is not to be expected. Although it's 2022.
You sound like, oh my god, you sound like my ballet coach.
Did you hear what she said?
You sound like my fucking ballet coach?
Yeah.
What does the cop say? That was a terrible plie.
Yeah. You need to PA better.
Plie.
I'm PO'd right now. If you keep pulling this.
You're PO'd at her plie.
Yeah. God damn it.
Uh-huh.
It'd be cool if she just busts out river dancing. Wait. Nope. She's doing it again. on.
Heel to toe,
Dude,
ball,
that's
turn.
commitment, dude. Like, I can't even improv better than this.
Can we hire her? Can we get her to be like our third mic, or just our third set of feet to always be that energy?
Would you smash?
Or even though she's like this.
The cop. We'll talk about the cop.
No.
Oh, me neither.
Unequivocally, no.
I was talking about the
intoxicated.
Yeah. My bad.
Definitely,
Sorry, I didn't know why you confused me there, but
you got a thing for a lady in uniform with a badonkadonk.
What? Nope.
A stern look.
Nope.
And a firearm.
I like the dancing. You are my dancing queen.
I like that.
I mean, at some point it does start to get a little cringy. Yeah, and it's like it's a female cop. Would this have?
Oh man, she's very perpetrator-ishly attractive.
I just wish a comedy sketch show, or like I wish we could see the inverse of this happening, or rather the opposite, meaning I wish we could see a male cop there and the girl doing the same thing, and like it just ends with like you know she gets let go. Yeah, he's like, dude, you river dance so well. Yeah,
turns into a dance off.
I will show you how to.
Together. They do the tango together. Yes,
I just want to be.
Antonio Banderas.
I just wanted to see somebody be wowed by her river dance. Like, oh my God, that was you get out of here, you river dancer. You're so good.
Hey, widescreen that shot on the larger cop. I think I'm falling in love slowly. I might see what you see.
Ooh, you are my arresting queen.
Yo, look at that, man. Look at that. Stiff
She's cuffed. She's cuffed.
Boy.
Do not pull away. You understand?
Huh. I could lick that double chin.
Do not pull away. You understand? I swear to God, if you river dance one more time, I'm going to beat you. Beat you with my baton.
I bet you that's how she speaks to her man during coitus. Do not pull out. Do not pull out.
I have you locked up with my legs. Do not pull out. Do not resist. I'm going to make love with you tonight. Do not resist.
Are you're not like the only one that's like turned on by this idea.
She probably does arrest him and beat him with the nightstick. You will get hard. You will get hard.
Hey,
yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I will.
Don't ask me how I know, but the nightstick comes in handy for only whacking purposes.
Gonna put you in vagina jail tonight. You ever seen? No, I don't want to go to vagina jail again.
No, vagina jail.
Yeah, no, that's where you're going. Oh, Kegel hard. Yeah, vagina jail. Staying in.
Yo, man, the Kegel clan, they coming for you.
Kegel clan coming out. You staying in jail.
See, I missed this. This is my fucking therapy, man.
At least we can have a little fun. The rust, I still feel like rust coming off the elbows, coming off the shoulders. You know, just.
I mean, it's quite literally visual.
Yeah. Oh, you can see it too, then, huh?
You look like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
That's
like
good.
I almost want to travel for 5 hours and oil you, but not in a like homo gay way.
That's good. That's good.
Like
I would love for you to oil me.
But in the opposite of monkey.
What?
Tin Man.
Save it. Save it for Thursday.
I'm a man of my word.
Because I guess I guess we're back now. I don't know. I'm not sure.
We're back. We're back.
You think so?
Official. Yes.
Well, like I said, I think like next week or the following week, I have to come down to work in South Florida, which means I won't be back.
That's okay. I could do a solo show.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, or an opportunity for a panel show. I'd love it.
I do want to extend the invite to those of you that have not seen our prior incarnations. I failed to put up the restream link for the rest of the people. When CanCon was on, it was meant to be an open forum, but I'm glad it wasn't. So the next episode where I am on my own, that means all of you are the audience. There will be a link for everybody to click on and to join the fray. You do not have to be on camera. It is just your voice that we need.
Give us that voice. So good. Well, dude, hey, it's very good to see you. I'm seeing you. It's better than just hearing you. Yeah, no, you right there. I wish you know, you could come up and hang out in the studio one of these weekends. That'd be awesome. You know, there's a spare room. You could camp out for, you know, like a weekend. Like I said, Brock beat you to it. He was the first one who offered. So there'd be somebody in that chair right where you are. But if Brock comes here, then I'll move the screen over right here in the middle, and then Brock will be where the mic's. Like, there's actually a mic stand over here on this side of the table, bro. So
you know, I did bitch about that 12-minute drive. I think maybe the 5-hour drive will really change things for me.
yeah, I definitely think you'll commit to that. You'll be good with that.
Fuck yeah, man. Three nights a week. Let's get her done.
Well, it was good to see you. I didn't get to see the chat. I hope you saw the chat. I hope it was good for you to see everyone else in the chat. I'm going to get a little more comfortable at switching all these angles soon enough. It'll be a little more smooth.
I got to give a shout out to
please.
one of the mystery dildo shoppers that committed and actually is live with us now. And I like, fun fact, in Ireland, river dancing during a sobriety test is encouraged and mandatory.
Makes you want to go to Ireland a lot more now. Yeah. Holy shit. So you think we'll be back Thursday? Like,
yes.
You're cool with that?
Yeah.
You're cool with that? I'm cool with that. We got a story. So yeah, let's do that. So
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
YouTube.com/stuck in the middle, where you're on right now. So fucking A. Eli, remember, hang around. Let me do the music thing, the fade out, the stop stream. Hang around. We'll talk shit for a second. We'll get the fuck out of here. All right? With that said, all of our lovely viewers, thank you for watching. Thank you for letting us come back. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's, you know, I can speak for myself. Eli's been fine. I've been streaming a little bit, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. But thank you so much. Until then, until Thursday, we love you. Blah, blah, blah. See you then. Bye.
Much love, Stuckites.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Get out of here. It's embarrassing.